So here we go. It's Rain Artist against Combat Easy. Awesome name also. Oh, the overlays, right? Never mind. It's Slayer's puzzle. But he's playing on the name Combat Easy. I'll get over there. How cool is this, man? How cool is that?
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
But I do want to thank our sponsors for making this possible. Quick shout out to them: Azo Monitors, iBuyPower Computers, Kingston, HyperX, Cooler Master, and last but not least, Beyond Gaming. We have a TVP on Belshire Beach. Frodan, give me the rundown. How does TVP work out on this map?
Well, you know, this map is really easy to hold or get an expansion really quickly, but, you know, the third is kind of an awkward spot, so usually we see players opt for 2 bases really quickly. But the interesting thing, again, is because there is no high ground between the main and the natural, that, you know, if you go for a really early rush, you still can punish it. You know, a lot of Protoss players, when they see Terrans go really greedy on Tal'Darim Altar, a map that shares similar properties, you see Protoss sometimes opt for a really fast Warp Gate rush. And, you know, you can have that, you know, dynamic into it. So it's very interesting to see what players will work on in terms of this opening build orders. And, you know, we're going to see if Combat X will, or oh man, actually I read his name, Combat X. It's actually Slayer's puzzle. Puzzle is actually going to go up here and scout Rain Artist here, and he sees a pretty standard opening. Now again, you know, Gretorp, early game scouting in PvT is actually really hard, and it still is. But, you know, getting a sight of early gas is actually really key. Just something as simple as that can give you at least an idea of what opening build orders are possible.
Definitely. Sorry about that. I know you threw to me and then I didn't take it. It was because I had a mouthful of juice. Unfortunately, I'm having some green tea boba. It's awesome.
That's very nice, man.
So I was crunching. And I was like, oh crap, I shouldn't talk.
Do you crunching? What's crunchy about boba, man?
No, I was like chewing. You know how it is.
I know how it is, dude. I got you.
No, I didn't want to do that. You know, being Asian, you know what's up.
Dude, I know, man. I mean, boba is like, it's like if you don't like boba, you don't like rice, my family stops talking to you. They actually like delete you off their email list, man. So it's pretty much how things work. But, you know, we see that Slayer's puzzle gonna go ahead and see that it is completely walled off, and the Marine will end up being able to kill it off. And you know what? I actually don't like that. I usually like in Protoss vs. Terran, saving that first probe just to be able to do small things like take towers or also send it in layer just to get scouting information. But, you know, a puzzle really wanted to see something. Unfortunately, didn't get any information.
Yeah, and right now, Artist is going for something like a 1-1-1, or it could be any variation. Now, it's interesting because there's no second gas, so I'm really interested to see what he does from here. It could be Cloakless Banshee, it could be Reactor Hellion. Those are the main 2 options. But we'll see what he actually does.
Yeah, and so we'll see that right now. Artist transitioning very nicely. He's putting up bunker just to be extremely safe. And we do see 3 gates from puzzles. Now, this is what I was talking about, which Protoss can actually punish Terran very, very heavily if they go for a greedy opening. And you know what? He might be able to just pressure him very, very hard and maybe even bust him depending on it. But Artist is actually falling. Oh man, he's actually teching up here, Gretorp, to Starport. And you know what? He's not going to actually have a lot of units by the time Warp Gate's finished. Gretorp, this is looking very, very tense situation for Artist right now.
Yeah, he's doing a range that I completely forgot about. It's going to be the 1-1-1, where you just go Marine, Hellion, and Medevac. But this play is going to be punished just so hard. As you said, the 3 gate is going to come out at a time where he's just not prepared for this. What's going to happen? Puzzle is going to put down 1 volley of units, and probably, normally they wait until they have the second round. Right now, looks like he's going to poke up here. Oh, he's going to... ouch. He is so screwed.
Oh, man.
Artist is so dead right now.
Yeah, he is in a lot of trouble, and he is definitely running it and booking it. But you know what? He's waiting for his medevac to load up with these Hellions, but he's got a lot of Stalkers outside of his main base. He's going to load up the Hellions anyway, so any kind of defense is limited to just these Marines and these 2 bunkers here, Gretorp.
Dude, I am so wrong now. I didn't know that Artist had the foresight to see this coming. And having these Hellions out in the field, this is going to do immense damage to his opponent. You can see it's not actually walled off. So Puzzle is going to be in a very tough predicament These Hellions obviously going to do amazing damage. Does he actually have a warping coming in? No, he doesn't have it for quite a long time. These Hellions are going to get here unopposed. It's going to force the units to actually push forward. Looks like this one bunker is being taken out, but the gateway units are not fast enough. Look at that. He's going to have to push forward. And it's just 5 Stalkers in the main over here. I don't know if he can get the damage necessary to be able to kill his opponent.
Oh, man. I mean, he's pulling SCVs. Both players forced to really run around with their workers, and now this is a battle of multitasking and micro. Every unit counts here, Gretorp. So losing a Stalker, losing a couple SCVs here matters a lot, and looks like Slayer's Puzzle really trying to prioritize making sure that his Stalkers can kite these Marines very nicely, and good thing too, just because the Hellions actually were dealt with. And right now, I mean, Artist doesn't actually have that much. He actually salvaged a bunker here, trying to get any kind of resources he can, and looks like the siege tank has arrived to the battle, but Puzzle still doing good damage, and oh my goodness, that tank is actually very vulnerable, but with good repair should be able to do it, but no.
He's taking out the SCVs. That's correct. That's correct, because just as you said, his opponent could have repaired the siege tank, then he would have been fine. Obviously, Stalkers wouldn't be able to kill anything, but let's go ahead and look at the damage. 5 Harvesters to 15. An awesome trade out for the Protoss. Puzzle takes a gigantic advantage in this game, number 1, and he should be able to just macro and then press up on his opponent, and there's no way that he keep up, but that definitely the one mule helps out. He does have a tech advantage, so Artist has that small little advantage there, but we'll see if it's going to be enough.
Yeah, it looks like Artist does clean up that proxy pylon, but Puzzle isn't done yet. He's still warping in units here, and nice micro here. Actually, he's great micro to force the Zealot to go up on the siege tank and the Marines, and saving his Stalkers through kiting. And all of a sudden, Artist is down so much in supply and economy at this point. His army is non-stacking, and it looks like right now Artist will end up calling the GG.
It's a half G, half Korean. Good game.
Good game. I don't even know what that's called.
That's
anymore,
the G in Korean. But yes, good game goes over to Puzzle in Belshire Beach. Definitely some of the woes of course, TVP on Belshire Beach. And we just saw that, the 3-gate pressure that was able to do so much. Now, I do want to say that if Artist actually committed all of his SCVs to go repair that one bunker, would have never have happened. He defends with the bunker, and he's absolutely fine. So you can see these small little things that actually, turn the tide of the game so drastically. Obviously, Puzzle was able to get in and do immense damage.
Yeah, and just that's pretty much down to Puzzle doing a great job exploiting the map in that area. So as we go into game number 2, I'm looking for Artist to be able to try to play more of his game, because during that whole time he wanted to originally drop and follow it with also different kinds of 1-1-1 play, but unfortunately he was called out and was completely punished for having no units there to defend. So in the end, Puzzle does take game number 1, but it's the best of 3. Artist can still come back, Gretorp.
Definitely. So let's go ahead and get into the second game after a commercial. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. So the continuation of this will continue, obviously, after the break. Catch you guys there.